Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Intuitive Garden Tarot. I'm going to do a current energy check-in for you, Cancer, but I did want to share that I started with a brief meditation, checking in on a symbol to gather some information on the collective energy for Cancer right now. And the symbol that came through was a turtle. I had to look up the spirit meaning. I'm not that familiar with turtles. And turtles represent longevity, wisdom, protection, support. um, Slow and steady wins the race, right? So they're also about moving slowly. They are monogamous too, for whatever that means. They're very loyal. Um, so that's the energy we're starting with for you, Cancer. Let's move on to an elemental empath oracle card, which is already ready, and see what the next message is coming through for you. And we have abundance in the earth element, which is interesting because there was something that reminded me of grounding, the protection of a turtle, even though they're a water creature. So we have the number 10, abundance. That's a great number. It's the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. And underneath it says your true nature, gratitude, commitment to goals. I'm going to show you this image, Cancer, for you to tune into it yourself and see what stands out for you. I love that sacred geometry in the bottom corner. Notice that snake wrapping around this woman's body, and it's a snake made of light. Snakes are very transformational. They're also considered lucky, abundant, what's the word? I want to say proliferative, but that's the abundance. They're known for abundance and fertility, yes. So interesting that it says your true nature, gratitude, commitment to goals. I'm going to see more of what the tarot has to say about that. And the Star Tarot deck wants to help bring in that message. Still looking at that image. So off the bat, I'm feeling like Earth energy is your friend right now, Cancer. Connecting to Earth, connecting to the trees if you're able to. There must be some trees around, even if you're not close to massive forests like I am so lucky to be. And elemental energy is coming through too. I feel like elemental spirits, earth elementals, might be connecting with you, wanting to bring you messages. You might be feeling their presence right now. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, Six of Cups at the heart of the reading, Empress, Prince of Swords, and the Fool. Okay. Good balance of all the elements. Back to stability, I want to go back to what's in the background here. We have the Four of Pentacles, which is showing that some stability has been achieved. You have your basic needs met right now, and that could just be more so in the physical, because Pentacles are about the physical needs and the body. But there's more on the horizon. Look at that opening, how there's an invitation almost to step through that foundation of stability and go out into the unknown. Explore. Let the sun guide you. That swan feels like almost like a guide. Like I'll show you the way. You can trust me. And there's a dragonfly on the side too here. You might have a connection to dragonfly spirit. That's very much about, to me, about souls that have passed on, guidance from the other side. So maybe you're feeling content or pretty solid in your physical needs, but you're being beckoned to something bigger and broader that you aren't able to see from the safe space that you've been in. And I just heard, get out of your comfort zone. Because if you just stay here looking out the window, you're never going to know how big that is or where that leads to. You're just going to be here looking out. So I feel like you're being beckoned to take a chance on something, Cancer. And it might have to do with your feelings because it is out in the water, or it could just be a nod to going with the flow more. Feeling the flow of things, letting things flow, opening to the flow. Because right now you have this 10 of Wands, kind of heavy energy on your shoulders. You've been carrying a heavy load. And this is coming to an end. Whole new beginning. Solid beginning. Again, this is earth energy. A new solid connection to earth energy. Back to the burdens you've been feeling or carrying. This is interesting too, because before I saw the turtle, I saw a circle and it was in this direction. I saw 4 points coming out of the circle. Very interesting that this card came up. And I thought, well, I was asking my higher self, are you showing me the 4 directions? Nature worship, honoring the 4 directions, the north, the south, the east, west. Very grounded way of connecting to earth energy spiritually. And there's something in there for you, Cancer, that I think in doing so, you're going to find your way out of this heavy burden you've been carrying. And the other thing that came through in your meditation before I started this reading was I was asking, is that a star? Is that a north star? Is that the north node? And I think that message is in there too. So it's important now for you, Cancer, to let go of old burdens you've been carrying, old beliefs, old energy that's kind of been weighing you down. Not kind of, it has been. And it's time to look for, where do you want to go? Do you want to keep recreating the past or where you've been? Or do you want to seize the day? Do you want to reach for the stars? Do you want to experience love, joy, delights? Interesting that the 6 of Cups is a card of nostalgia, sometimes referring to the past. But the way these two riding that beautiful rainbow unicorn are flying over the 6 of Cups, which are depicted as lotus flowers, by the way, represents not recreating the past from the past. Owning what you love, owning what you've enjoyed, and finding a new way, an expanded consciousness way of experiencing what you used to love. For instance, when I was a child, I did feel somewhat excited if I was at a carnival or a fair and my mom allowed me to have some cotton candy. It was interesting to watch it being made, the sugar being spun into this fabric almost that I could eat and taste, and it would melt in my mouth into these crystals that were kind of chewy and would stick into my teeth, or if I had just a little bit of a wisp, it would melt on my tongue. It was fun for me, and it was a treat. And now I have no desire to have cotton candy. That's not what's fun for me. That's not what is a treat for me. My tastes have refined. My palate has expanded. My awareness of how to enjoy treats or what is delicious or possible in the world of food, to experience joy through a dessert, let's say, to stay on this example, is much more expanded. I have a much higher vision of what is a treat for me now. So that's what I'm getting at. I hope that resonates with you. So I don't just want cotton candy again or to recreate cotton candy. I'd like a custard, a flan, or some kind of elevated dessert that takes sugar and sweets to a whole new realm, to a whole new level that delights and excites me. So that's what I'm feeling for you. And this is at the heart of your reading. This is at the center. So you have a lot of energy going for you right now, inviting you. Again, inviting you. See that sun and the swan saying, come this way. There it is. That sun. It's huge. Instead of being over the moon, you're over the sun. So a lot of opportunities right now to level up by staying connected to Earth for some reason. I mean, I get the logic. If we're just floating around in the upper energies, it can be very beautiful. It can feel very cosmic and connected and magical. But if we're only up there and not anchoring that energy down through our bodies and into the earth, it's bordering on delusional or just living in an illusion or a dream. We want to make our dreams reality, and that is available to you in a big, big way. Hardcore Cancer. Look at this Empress energy. She is the epitome of earth abundance, earth lushness, earth love. She is Mother Earth, Earth Goddess energy. She knows how to grow infinitely and in a diverse way, in a way that she can nourish others and help them grow. She's very fertile, very loving. Again, very connected to Earth. So Earth is your friend right now and always, Cancer. Next we have the Prince of Swords. And he's out there with a message, a communication. And in other decks, the Prince or Page of Swords is on the ground, on a small hill. This one's up in the air, up in the clouds, or at least able to connect that broadly, which is kind of a contradiction, because the Prince or Page of Swords is just learning how to communicate, how to wield that large sword of communication. Sometimes they're known for being a little harsh and not sugarcoating things. But because I'm really seeing this up above and between those two birds, hawks, ravens, crows, I feel like it's like you're just learning how to communicate from a higher perspective. And very interesting. I don't know if some of you have any connection or placement in your chart to Pisces, but there's a purple moon up here, and I saw a purple moon in my meditation for the Pisces reading that I just recorded earlier. They're also a water sign, and they are really expanding and enlightening in consciousness, and I feel like that's what's opening up for you too. Is feeling your feelings and understanding your feelings in an elevated way from a new perspective. And as such, that's opening up a whole new journey for you, a whole new chapter, Cancer. This is great. So the Fool is about taking a leap of faith, jumping into the unknown, trusting. And the Fool doesn't know what's coming. But they do know that here's that North Star, the North Node. They do know that they have a connection to some higher level of guidance. So even though they're alone on their journey or taking a leap of faith, he's about to jump over that pool of water with the alligator or crocodile in the bottom, trusting that they'll make it to the other side. Will they or won't they? We don't know. But I think your best bet is if you are connected to where you want to go, what it is you want to create, not what it is you're running away from or trying to get rid of in your life, and staying in tune with that higher consciousness. Here's that hawk again, holding the star above the Empress and her beautiful throne. And that's what I'm feeling these two birds are here. So hawks can see far and wide, and they know when to swoop in when there's an opportunity there for their prey. So you might be getting a call from your spirit guides, from your spirit, from your higher self or your God or angels, to take some kind of leap of faith right now, perhaps around expressing your feelings. And I think kind of getting clear on what you want, or if you are clear on what you want, it's time to go for it. Okay. All right, Cancer, let's finish up with a message from the garden. Hope. Taurus. More earth energy. There's earth energy all over the place in your reading, Cancer. Earth, earth, earth. If you're confused, if you're afraid, if you're overburdened and overwhelmed and just burnt out, earth is going to regenerate you. Surround yourself with earth. Connect to the earth as much as you can outside. Houseplants help. Images, watching nature documentaries, videos on YouTube with relaxing music, that's all going to help you right now. And if anything I'm saying is triggering other ideas, go with that. Then that's your own intuition guiding you. So look at this image and see what it means to you. Interesting, daffodils are so in bloom right now. For such a short time, they are one of the symbols of spring for us, just like tulips. And that's the season we're in right now in the Northern Hemisphere. The number 38 reduces to 11, which is a master number. You might be seeing 1111 on the clock, or 11s or 1s. The 10 reduces to a 1 as well for the number in the abundance card. And don't hesitate also, I talked about going outside and connecting with nature. That includes crystals and rocks. If you find any rocks or stones or even twigs or branches or artifacts outside that resonate with you, hold on to it, pick it up, ask it if it wants to come home with you. Because we are connecting to nature like nobody's business right now, and I believe all those elements I just described actually have a consciousness. Rocks, crystals, I believe they're alive. They actually grow. So don't hesitate to surround yourself with what resonates with you. If you want to I like going to the local crystal store, the Cosmic Depot, or something like that, and picking up whatever. For a small amount of money, you can get a tiny little stone, whether it's agate or smoky quartz or onyx or lapis, and you can spend as little or as much money as you want, and you don't need a large bit of it to have that frequency. But start tuning into what frequencies in the physical elements are resonating with you, because that is going to nourish you and also guide you and help you find what it is that you're looking for. There's something more coming through. Hold on. I'm just fascinated by with the bottom leaves here. It's like they're barely there. They're not rooted in the earth. So again, really getting rooted in the earth, I think, is going to make you feel more clear, more solid, more confident. But it's also saying sometimes something can bloom out of nowhere with no rhyme or reason to how it's even possible. And I'm getting a little choked up, Cancer, because isn't that what hope means? Believing that the impossible might be possible. Leaving room for something to be possible, even if you're not sure how it could be. You're getting the message here, Cancer, that it can be. It can be. Taurus is about resources, ruled by Venus, love. That's very much this energy. Nurturing yourself, nurturing others, to the point where your cup overflows and you just have love for everyone, and because you are so full of love yourself. So hold on to hope for that, Cancer. My hope is that you're already experiencing that. Wow, this touched me. I wish you well. If you would like a personal reading, you can go to intuitivegardentarot.org and book a session with me there. I would love to read cards for you specifically and see what message is there coming through just for you.